Hello, my loyal and non-existent viewers. My name is Twilight, and I will be your host for this evening. Um, yeah, I don't have any introduction again. Sorry. I don't plan these things, I just make them up as I go along. But I think the chapters are going to start getting a bit longer now. I know they've been a bit short lately, and kind of strange that I upload a video where the chapter is just 1 page long. I think there's one chapter in one of the books that's like one line, and that's it. Um, but I stick to my one chapter a video rule, like always, even if it takes like forever. Um, but anyway, let's continue because the story is about to pick up, and we're gonna get introduced. Well, we are already introduced to him, kind of, but now properly showing up is one of my favorite characters, and I think you all know who it is. So, Ikuze, chapter 10. The infinite improbability drive, and again I will point out that I hate that word and it comes up a lot, so, is a wonderful new method of crossing vast interstellar distances in a mere nothingth of a second, without all that tedious mucking about in hyperspace. It was discovered by a lucky chance and then developed into a governable form of propulsion by the galactic government's research team on Damagran. This, briefly, is the story of its discovery. The principle of generating small amounts of finite improbability by simply hooking the logic circuits of a Bambleweenie 57 sub-meson brain to an atomic vector plotter suspended in a strong Brownian motion producer, say a nice hot cup of tea, was of course well understood, and such generators were often used to break the ice at parties by making all the molecules in the hostess's undergarments leap simultaneously 1 foot to the left in accordance with the theory of indeterminacy. Many respectable physicists said that they weren't going to stand for this, partly because it was a debasement of science, but mostly because they didn't get invited to those sort of parties. Another thing they couldn't stand was the perpetual failure they encountered in trying to construct a machine which could generate the infinite improbability field needed to flip a spaceship across the mind-paralyzing distances between the furthest stars, and in the end they grumpily announced that such a machine was virtually impossible. Then, one day, a student who had been left to sweep up the lab after a particularly unsuccessful party found himself reasoning this way. If, he thought to himself, such a machine is a virtual impossibility, then it must logically be a finite improbability. So all I have to do in order to make one is to work out exactly how improbable it is, feed that figure into the finite improbability generator, give it a fresh cup of really hot tea, and turn it on. He did this and was rather startled to discover that he had managed to create the long sought after golden and infinite improbability generator out of thin air. It startled him even more when just after he was awarded the Galactic Institute's prize for extreme cleverness, he got lynched by a rampaging mob of respectable physicists who had finally realized that the one thing they really couldn't stand was a smartass. Okay, I guess it's the next chapter that the new character will be introduced there, because that was the end of the chapter already. I told you some of them were short, but hey, that's how it goes, right? So I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Love and peace.